This thunderstorm's building up over on the county line. All the neighboring farms get rain, but I never get a drop on mine. You might think a little old summer breeze couldn't do nobody harm, but it burns like a blazing blowtorch when you're living on a dryland farm. When the west wind comes a-blowing, well, the sand comes a-blowing too. And I must say a mouthful is more than I can chew. I've swallowed a gallon for every acre, and God knows it hurt, but it ain't as bad as the trouble I had breaking up that dryland dirt. Now the politician says to the farmer, you're the backbone of the land. The irrigating farmer says, thank you, sir, I'll eat right out of your hand. And your average automobile has air conditioning when it's warm. Yeah, things are cool for everybody but the man on a dryland farm. Now if I had my wicked way in this equally wicked world, I'd make a Garden of Eden for every boy and girl. But I'd take our two-faced president and I'd grab him by the arm, stick him out in the middle of the desert and make him work on a dryland farm. There's a yellow school bus down an old country road. Sand dunes are drifting where the west winds have blowed. There's cows in the meadows and there's crows in the corn. And here I still am in the land where I was born. Well, there's the high lines as far as a good eye can see, and I can't hear them a-humming though they're too far from me. But the silence is broken when the wind is so still by a man and a tractor on a faraway hill. Well, this earth's been plowed under and over and out, and farmers all know what dirt's all about. But a man from the city, well, he has to be told there's more to the country than the country can hold. If you're dreaming of faraway places and towns, the price can be heavy for a hanging around. But there's priceless companions down an old country road. You can see them a-drifting where the west winds have blowed. The windmills and the water tanks all stand on solid ground, and the country mailman mutters as he motors into town. The sunlight came and the sunlight went, the stars came out to see. The way I laughed and the way I cried at the way you treated me. The ocean, babe, is watered down, but these plains are high and dry. And though you've seen your share of dreams, you've never seen me cry. The windshield and the radio play sadly through the night, and a crazy blazing falling star just passed me on the right. Tail lights down the highway fade low and out of sight, and that farmer's dog can only bark, but this cold north wind can bite. The ocean, babe, is watered down, but these plains are high and dry. And though you've seen your share of dreams, you've never seen me cry. Well, the wind breaks and the water sheds, they're growing old this year. And the moon breaks in a brand new song as I break in a tear. I've heard that all good things must end. They say what's done is done, and I guess I should be flying, 'cause it's killing me to run. I was spending my time in West Texas, hired on as a tractor hand, out where the Yellow House Canyon is just a low place in the land. I was watching the King Cotton harvest with tractors and trailers and tears, and I was watching the four seasons changing through days, weeks, months, and years. Well, I've been here before, I've been thinking, and I'll be here again, I guess. But I can be gone, and I will before long, and I might even leave you no mailing address. But I know you say you can reach me, you always have heretofore. But that was then, and tomorrow is when you'll be tracing my tracks out your door. Now I wish I was only working, but you know I got tricks up my sleeve. I got time on my hands, and I'm making up plans most people would never believe. Well, my pals all seem to be changing, and I thought that some never would. But it's uncertain people that stay the same. Certain folks, darling, just never should. Cold weather came early this winter, and how long it'll last I can't say. But I guess it'll end some summer day when you'll be tracing my tracks down the way. Now I wish I was only working, but you know I got tricks up my sleeve. I got time on my hands, and I'm making up plans most people would never believe. For instance, I might sail the ocean, or I might swim a wild raging stream, and I might wind up dead, but I've heard it said, get out of the kitchen if you can't stand the steam. So I'm standing as much as I'm able, then I'll take one last look and I'll leap. And if it goes like it seems, you can bet your sweet dreams you'll be tracing my tracks in your sleep. But who knows, I might build me a mansion, or I might live on cornbread and beans, and I'll live in a tent if it makes any sense. But you won't catch me living above my means. What I mean is I don't need me no mansion, but don't you take that for some sort of sign. 'Cause if you're following me, you just might as well be tracing some tracks that ain't mine. Now I wish I was only working, but you know I got tricks up my sleeve. I got time on my hands, and I'm making up plans most people would never believe. I got time on my hands, and I'm making up plans most people would never believe. This old dirt road is hard as a paved one. Tractors and trailers have sure packed it down. There's deep ruts and big bumps from here to the city. This dirt road is rough, but it sure gets around. I can't hardly think of a worse way to wander than walking down a dusty dirt road in the wind. I can't tell you much more than you know of hard traveling, but this dirt road is rough, and I've said it again. This old dirt road is a tough road to travel. Somebody built it, but don't ask me who. Don't ask me why they don't pave it with gravel. It's just a dirt road, and we'll have to make do. You've flown in your airplanes far over the oceans. You cross the same waters in your sailing ships too. But if you ain't been down a dirt road on your own feet, there's little common ground between me and you. Well, this old dirt road is a tough road to travel. Somebody built it, but don't ask me who. Don't ask me why they don't pave it with gravel. It's just a dirt road, and we'll have to make do. When you're ready for steady dancing and prancing, grab your darling and hop in your car. Drive right on down to the bright side of town. You'll be happy you don't have to drive far. You'll be glad you don't have to drive far. Park your pickups and Cadillacs and your Fords and Renaults. Get out and dance like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz. Well, my pickup needs a tune-up. I better get up and make up my mind to get busy today. And my sewer line is backing up and my tractor's been acting up, but I'll be dancing tonight anyway. I'll go dancing tonight anyway. 'Cause I count my blessings, I don't count my faults, and I like to dance like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz. Grandmammy and Grandpappy, if you plan to stay happy, you better lace up your best dancing shoes. Come see us, don't ride us, you can stop your arthritis just by dancing away your blues. Just by dancing away your blues. So bind up your bunions with band-aids and gauze and start dancing like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz. I got me a brown cow dog and I told him, how now, dog? You're a borderline collie, I'm a borderline fool. But he had some bad habits, he was scared of jackrabbits, so I sent him off to canine school. I think they call it obedience school. When he came back he couldn't tell a cow from a horse, but he could dance like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz. I met a fine lady banker, and I'd sure like to thank her for the credit she gave me, made me shout. She changed my whole attitude, and to show her a little gratitude, I decided I'd just ask her out. Lord, I thought I would just ask her out. I said, close up your windows, go lock up your vaults, and let's go dance like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz. We spent my next to last dollar in the old ice cream parlor on a milkshake and a malt and a pop. Then we heard of some sounds. There was a honky-tonk lounge right next to that ice cream shop, next door to the ice cream shop. Now only two things are better than milkshakes and malts, and one's a dancing like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz, and the other, well, it's something, but really it's nothing to speak of. It's something to do. And if you've done it before, you'll be doing it some more right after this dancing is through, just as soon as the dancing is through. If anybody asks you why, you can tell them because you've been dancing like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz. A little Adelute, plain view, Adelute, little Magadoo, Adelute, little level, little field, a little Adelute, happy too. Adelute, love, Adelaide, 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 Adelute, little level, and a little Adelute, turkey too. Cotton stalks stripped clean to the ground, both sides of the road all the way into town. It's been a good harvest, one of the best. Now it looks like the weather's gonna give me some rest. Well, they say it's a good land, and I guess I'll agree, 'cause if land can be good, Lord, this land has been good to me. We cleared off this land so many years ago. The yucca and the cactus and mesquites had to go. We plowed behind mules and milked many a cow, but it's a fine brick home on the range we got now. Well, they say it's a good land, and I guess I'll agree, 'cause if land can be good, Lord, this land has been good to me. Can't say when this land clearing's all gonna stop, but I could sure use some more acres in my money crop. Our youngsters have gone to the city to roam. Ain't nobody left but this old folks at home. Another farmer at the edge of the city sold out. Another 500 tract houses scattered about. I hope God will forgive them for misusing that land. Yes, I guess that he'll have to, 'cause they don't understand. Well, they say it's a good land, and I guess I'll agree, 'cause if land can be good, Lord, this land has been good to me. They say the Coyotes are trying to make a comeback. Last week I even seen myself a whole pack, and a man up the road's got some strung on a fence, but he ain't raising chickens and it ain't making sense. Well, they say it's a good land, and I guess I'll agree, 'cause if land can be good, Lord, this land has been good to me. Yeah, they say it's a good land, you better believe that it's true, 'cause if land can be good, people, this land has been good to you. I was born on a farm and I was raised up near the ground. I lived that way a few years till the family moved to town. I went to school but no one knew what I was speaking of when I said I was a stranger in the land that I loved. I I went on up to college and I studied like a fool. They said I had potential and a little bit of promise too. But I learned the things they taught me from below and from above. I grew to be a stranger in a city that I loved. So I left home to ramble, and I ramble east and west. Some places I was cursed, and in some others I was blessed. But I saw our nation quarreling, killing hawks and killing doves. I grew to be a stranger in the country that I love. One day in my rambles, I come back through my hometown. Everybody acted like I'd always been around. Well, this world has come to think it knows the things I'm thinking of. But I've grown to be a stranger on a planet that I love. In the valley, I love the windstorm on the hill. I love the blackbirds in the blue sky, and I love the old windmill. I love the cotton when it's blooming. I love the ribbon in your hair. I love the sweet smell of purple sage. Yes, I love Texas air. Leave my spirit on the prairie, bury my bones in the sand, toss my troubles to the western wind. Baby, it's a wide, wide land. There's warm, wild emotion where I'm living, and the wind blows backwards all night long. Trains run for hours without stopping, and the mockingbird can sing 1,000 songs. There's music in the town and in the country. The women and the weather treat you fair. I love to smell the rain when it starts falling. Yes, I love Texas air. Leave my spirit on the prairie, bury my bones in the sand, toss my troubles to the western wind. Baby, it's a wide, wide land. Coyote, you better run far and fast. There's some mighty mad rangers and they're hot on your trail. They got long barrel guns, you better head for high grass, or they'll shoot you and hang you from a fence by your tail. Little coyote, I've heard your sad song, and the wild west wind has whistled a tune. Little coyote, you better move along. This may be your last night to howl at the moon. Little coyote, you better pick up your ears. Can't you hear those mad hunters coming over the hill? They got no respect for your coyote tears, and I'm aiming to tell you they're aiming to kill. Little coyote, don't you be such a fool. You ain't got the sense of a man in the moon. You can run down the road like those road runners do, but little coyote, this ain't no cartoon. Little coyote, I've heard your sad song, and the wild west wind has whistled a tune. Little coyote, you better move along. This may be your last night to howl at the moon. Little coyote, 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 little coyote. The ground turned white for miles around, and all the farmers cried. Hailstones killed a flock of birds, but found no place to hide. Some horses in the pasture barely made it to the barn. All of that from just one thunderstorm. There's nothing left the grandma's garden but a few tears and some talk. The hail tore almost every leaf off almost every stalk. It left a lot of puddles and mosquitoes by the swarm. All of that from just one thunderstorm. Well, the rain and hail fell like somebody pulled out all the stops. The careless weeds made it through, but it wiped out all the crops. It filled the lake up to the brim, but it washed out every farm. All of that from just one thunderstorm. Well, I said it'd rain, and it rained so hard the soul could hardly see. And the boys down at the arcade, well, they blamed it all on me. And the wind blew out some windows in the college women's dorm. All of that from just one thunderstorm. All downtown drugstores, plate glass windows scattered near and far. Rockeye Ross's sign fell down on old man Lester's car. Sergeant Blue fell out of bed and broke his only arm. All of that from just one thunderstorm. The next day the preacher got up and prayed for federal relief. Nobody in the congregation questioned his belief. Well, they couldn't call it welfare, it is for their businesses and farms.